Yeah, I want to give you a chance. I don't want to be overbearing. I have this
Oh, it's fine.
tendency.
It's fine. Um, naps, one of your subjects. I
Okay.
I actually took one this morning before the podcast. I set my timer for 45 minutes and I actually slept for a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
You're going to be so aware and cognitive. This is great.
Because I'm on an old man schedule now. I get up at usually 3 a.m.
That that is
Yeah,
really early.
yeah.
Nice. What?
That's the norm. Today I woke up at 1:30. It's it's such a beautiful time though. The kids are asleep, the phone's not ringing, it's my time. And it's been so cold here. We try to keep like the wood stove going 24/7 because it helps.
Oh, it helps. It
Yeah.
helps in many ways.
Yeah.
The smell and the hearth and all that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The hearth meaning many things, many good things.
Yeah. And just coffee by yourself is just it's nirvana. It's exquisite. Uh,
Wise words.
yeah.
Very. Now, that made me think of something.
Please.
It's the little things in
Yeah.
life
No,
that
it's
keep us going. I'm
mhm.
paraphrasing or I'm mashing them all together, but I sometimes, especially when I'm feeling frazzled or I try to calm myself down, I try to say it's the little things in life. And
It's
then
true.
I have a go-to. My happy place when I think about little things is strawberries for some reason. I
Yeah.
say, I'm going to jump off a cliff, but no, wait, there is strawberries
Right.
in this planet and they're juicy
Right.
and red and they grow on the ground and you can pick one up and eat a strawberry. And
There you go.
but it's the morning time, so it's the little things or the huge things. Time to yourself
Hmm.
is probably, you know, so important.
Yeah, it's maintenance. Preventive maintenance.
Preemptive strike at preventive maintenance.
Hmm.
Indeed.
Hmm.
Indeed. I love that.
Plus for when I'm working 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. my phone just never stops. I'm always communicating and it's yeah.
Been there, done that with you. Only
Yeah.
I was just an observer. I'm like, oh my God, he's there calling him again.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And what I love about your response is your demeanor. And it reminds me of a really good boss I had once.
Hmm.
The patience, where
Yeah.
I can tell the question is so ridiculous that most people would at least make a face like, because you're on the phone, they can't see you. Now it's probably all video call, but so like, is the fried egg supposed to be, over easy or under easy? And then you're like, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, he's gonna make a face, he's gonna yell at the guy, and you're like, Jake, uh, put the fried Evie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I lost it.
Yeah.
But it's your patience.
Yeah.
And my old boss had the same thing. He had this little office
Hmm.
where he would leave the door open even while he was doing his work. So he was
Right.
available like you are on the phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why isn't he shutting it and getting his alone time so he can actually think? But he'd leave it open and man, you'd walk by no matter what, he would answer you. Every now and then, he'd be like, you put the fried egg on the bottom. Get out of here. And he couldn't, he'd break every now and then. I worked with the guy for 12 years.
Wow.
He was
Wow.
he was something else. At
Y-
the time, I didn't realize what a great boss he was, although I stayed there for 12 years. That's a
Right.
great boss.
That's a great boss. That's a
Someone
great
you
boss.
can work with for that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
cannot believe this subject is coming up. My old boss, this is not on the notes, but
I liked your notes. I can't imagine us getting to them all, but
and there's a few I will not discuss. No, just,
here's the notes for the show, but we will not discuss it. That's very Hollywood. That's funny. You were telling me, put the fried egg on the bottom. For me, sometimes I'm dealing with Oscar-winning Hollywood actors, and it's like, um, does the door have a doorknob? Yeah, it sure does. Can you turn it and push? Ah, you did it. All right. I'm not
That's
kidding.
and I'm not
I
kidding
mean,
because I remember I was only hearing half of your conversations, but sometimes I'm like, what is this person asking him? And he's like, no, no, you put the pencil next to the pen.
right.
No, no, pick the pencil up. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm
It-
kidding, of course, but because your stuff is actually more, it's like, no, you drive the semi trailer into bay 12, not bay 13. Bay 13 doesn't have a sidewall and you will slip into the abyss.
but no, I have to deal with everybody on a production. It's like, God. And sometimes it is the actors. It's just like, really? It's anyways. Yeah, number
Emperor's new
three.
clothes when
What?
the emperor's new clothes when the actor is doing something completely ridiculous, you're like, no, no, that's right, and everyone do that because he's a
Like,
great actor and no one wants
yeah,
to offend him
right.
or
I
it.
see. Number three on your list was existential crisis.
Yes, but now I'm thinking, what,
I,
you have something?
I'm like, I think that's what this entire show, a series, as long as it goes, will be about.
So I'm right on topic. This is great.
Right on topic.
We should be well versed in this subject. But I
Yeah,
was fearful that we had discussed a little bit last time. We had discussed,
mhm.
I guess, midlife crisis starting at 25 years old, which means I've made it past my midlife. I've made it past my life. I'm now in my afterlife.
Right.
But so that is a little different. A midlife crisis is
Oh
a
yeah.
form of an existential crisis, but
Yeah.
existential crisis, I guess, if you look at the words, it's a crisis about existing. I
Yeah.
exist and I'm having a crisis because of that.
Right. Right.
But I digress. Um,
I was gonna do a video about a form of existential crisis. And
cool.
basically it was like, I asked Tyra, I said, because she was born in 85, so she's a millennial, a true millennial. And I'm like, did the Cold War affect you at all as a child? And she's like, nope. And I'm like, I remember, that was always present in our lives. We didn't live in fear and hide in a closet every day. They're gonna nuke us. They're gonna nuke. But and I'm like, I don't know. I'm just diving into that right now. But like Tyra had to go through like all the school shootings and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And there were different wars, and it's weird. Like each generation's got its own thing. But I look back and I'm like, man, ours was kind of wacky. Like any second, this is what they teach us. Any second it could be gone. They could be over. And we grew up with a lot of Vietnam War veterans, and wasn't talked about a lot, but it's looking back, I'm like, man, that did have an impact. you know
Wow. Good, because that's one thing that intimidated me about your notes. Believe it or not, John, I don't really know what Gen X and Gen Z and all that and what I don't really learn those terms. Not that I
Right.
don't like those terms. I
Mhm.
just my brain can only fit certain things. So, what gen are we?
We're Gen X,
We're
which
Gen
is
X.
I think from like you were born between 65 and 80,
Oh,
something
wow.
like that. Yeah.
So it's a long generation. It's
Yeah.
not just a 10-year.
Yeah. Something like that. The 82 maybe. I don't know. I don't know the exact, but
Exactly. Yeah.
there is a difference between You can see it if you look.
between the generations.
Sure, absolutely.
It's a cultural difference. It's a temporal difference just
Hmm.
by the measure of time.
Right.
And so it's a cultural, temporal, and what other kind of difference? Like,
Mainly cultural.
right, that's a simple, I simplified it too far because
Hmm.
what you're talking about is even a military cultural distant difference or a militarily cultural component of growing up. Now,
Not necessarily.
meaning that I remember the word Cold War and I remember the word Iron Curtain
Right.
about Russia, and even the word Iron Curtain was so creepy. Some of these military jargon
Yeah.
and names are so, mysterious.
Hmm.
So Iron Curtain, and I had heard about Bay of Pigs in Cuba and missile
Right.
crisis, and I had heard about that students used to have to go under their desk in a drill
Right.
against a nuclear explosion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they have to go under their desks in a drill against a school shooter.
Right. Right.
So always there's been drills to help the children stay safe in the school and
Yeah.
all the people stay safe in any
Right.
attack or problem or emergency.
Hmm.
So I do remember talking of the Cold War, but it was more like, thank gosh we don't do that anymore because I never did a drill where we hid under a desk
I never did
against
either.
the nukes.
Yeah, that was more
But
the
my teacher was like, you guys are
boomers.
lucky.
Right.
What?
That was
Boomers?
the baby boomers are like our
Which,
parents, or
right.
they grew up with that. I think they were over it. The Cold War was on when we were kids, but it wasn't as prevalent.
And I'm remiss to say, and
Hmm.
not ashamed, but I'm remiss to say that I don't know the years of the Vietnam War, which was, I
Yeah,
believe, going on while we were kids.
yeah. It
But again,
basically
I'm
basically
fuzzy.
until 75 for us.
Okay.
We were little
So,
kids, but we were seeing our dads and uncles and family. You know what I mean? Integrating back into society after that. Like my dad, my stepdad, he went. He was there. He was infantry.
wow, I did not know that. I may have known that, but forgive me,
Right.
I hadn't
Ah,
ever. No, that is a big deal. That does matter. It
more
is
people
part
than
of
you think.
it's part of your life, a big part of your life, whether it was or wasn't.
Right.
He was a big part of your life,
Sure.
even though he wasn't in it much.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
making this up. I don't know enough about it to pontificate more.
Right.
I should do less.
Right.
But yeah, your subject has me thinking all these things now. Now, may I ask,
Yeah.
this what we're talking about now, does this relate back to one of your notes was very interesting and it talked about the two generations living together, you and Tyra, for example.
Yeah. I don't know if that was one of here. I'll read you the note I wrote to you.
Please.
The brief merger of Gen X and millennials in the late 90s via fashion and music, which
Thank you. That's the one. So it's a stretch, but it connects a little,
a
or
little,
maybe it's a segue to talk about that one.
yeah, yeah. That one, I want to do like a video about that, like an industrial essay.
That's where it connected. So you had mentioned you want to do a video, and I was thinking it was for that note. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And does it make any sense to you?
That's why it was intimidating. I tried to
Right.
correlate it. Read it one last time.
The brief merger of Gen X and millennials in the late 90s via music and fashion. And to put it in perspective, like hip hop, like crossed boundaries, you know? We were like late 20s, just getting into our 30s, and we were really just about to become grown-ups. That's how, when I say we, I mean Gen X. That's the way I see it. Like, this is awesome. This is great. There was great music. There was a lot of one-hit wonders, and just a broad range of popular music and fashion. You know, the fashion then was kind of strange, but and it was a mix between us and the young, because the younger generation is just getting out of their teens and really getting into, integrating into society. And up until about 2000, 2002, and if you, I wish I had some notes of like musical landmarks for then, but I feel like our generation kind of, okay, we got to start putting money away in the stock market. Our kids, we have kids now, and kind of like that, just more into a responsible, I guess, or we started growing up, but
Survivable.
yeah, but there was a short time there where it seemed like everybody did it together. Here, I'm going to pull up some examples.
Nice. I have a couple of examples of music that I think
Sure.
is the time frame from the 90s to the 2000s about.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
So was Nirvana was during that time, I
Yep.
believe, or were they
Yep.
later?
The whole grunge movement.
Does that mean now here's one, maybe Guns N' Roses was at the beginning of the 90s and Nirvana was more towards the end, or was Guns N' Roses in the 80s?
It was late 80s.
Late 80s,
Yeah.
sort of early 90s, but yeah, they were 80s.
Yeah.
And I can blow your mind a little with this subject because my kids were both born in 1990.
Right. Right.
So my experience with the melding of the generations was as a father, and I musically, what happened was as the music changed,
Mm-hmm.
from the 80s to the 90s, a sort of a big music change, or always music is changing a lot.
Right.
I, as a father and as a musician, tried to keep current with the new music as it came out.
Right.
And again, I'm trying to remember some of the bands from
Lincoln
those
Park,
times.
Blink 182. That's when, like, I think, like, Jay-Z, Kanye, Lil
Right.
Wayne maybe starting to come around. And it was
Okay.
like all accepted. There was a big female movement too, like
Right. Missy Elliott.
and Lisa Loeb, and you know, it was it
Nice.
was it was very broad range. It was like kind of like the late 60s, I'm assuming, But and there were different cultural movements going on, and it seemed pretty open, and it was like
Yeah.
everybody, we weren't like, what the hell are those? I don't think we had the term millennials then. You know what I mean? Like we didn't differentiate at that time.
Yes. And I remember the music. Yeah, you're right. Interesting point how hip hop sort of started,
Hmm. I think
in
so.
the very late 80s basically, or but it was big time in the 90s.
Yeah, it
It
became
stayed
mainstream.
it was, oh, okay. It became
Yeah,
more popular, more mainstream.
right.
And there was an artist named Nelly
Yep.
that my son used to listen to as a boy. And Nelly, I liked. So I would try to listen to, like, that's how I
Yeah.
stayed connected with my kids. I let them listen to the radio and let them
Yep.
hear their music. There was the Spice Girls.
Right. There was
Um,
Pearl Jam. It was just
right. And so I tried to stay interested in the music. And actually, there's a funny note because I remember when my kids liked Blink 182.
hmm
I was like, I tried to be open to the new music, but I was like, that's not punk rock. You think that's punk? They're like, this is punk, pop punk, they called it.
right.
These guys don't know punk. And I was very
Right.
sort
Yeah.
of resistant. I couldn't handle Blink 182 at first with all their
That's
nude videos.
yeah. That's where the
But
merge.
no, I hated them at first, but then later they wore on me and they stayed in the mainstream. They
Hmm.
stayed on the radar.
Right.
Finally, I listened to a few albums and I'm like, okay, I was wrong for once.
All right. I have to throw in a quick edit here. I just went a merge. The
Yeah.
opposite of merge. That's when things started to split. Like we became more responsible. You know what I mean? Like, hey, my parents aren't going to give me a place to live. And you know what I mean? We have to pay rent and pay the bills. And it's weird, man. It goes very deep.
Very.
in my opinion, like just the way. And those kids, like your kids, they were growing up with cell phones and internet, and we were just getting exposed to it at the same time as them. You know what I mean?
Bingo.
Yeah.
That's a big point.
Huge point, I think.
We were the last without a cell phone.
True. We transitioned from analog to digital in our lifetime. You know what I mean? We're the only ones really. I mean, the boomers and stuff before us, but that was such a significant time as far as development and stuff. You know, your late 20s. To me, that was a great time and an awakening time.
Yes.
And after that, you kind of go into slumber because you get into that. I gotta buy a house. I gotta get to the job, and you know what I mean. You get into that mindset. It wasn't as prevalent then, I don't think.
So we witnessed, and so Gen X and Gen Z, is it?
The
Oh, millennials.
millennials. Yeah.
Millennials is the other. That's what my kids are. That's what Tyra is.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Millennials. We both witnessed together the dawn of the
Digital.
age of information,
Yes. Yes.
which
Correct.
was a big deal back then, and it's still a big deal, but
It's
it's
part of life
hard
now.
to tell what the ramifications are. It's like free speech, Twitter, availability, uh, independent journalism,
Hmm. Yeah.
and how important and influential are these developments and changes.
We have a small sample size. It's hard to tell right now, you know?
Yeah.
But I think that's the gist of it is like, there was no us and them and stuff. There's a big thing in social media now, Gen X versus millennials or Gen Z. But it struck me as like, well, back then, man, we all like anything went basically. You could listen to Limp Bizkit and Corn and Madonna, and you know what I mean?
And not be offended or
Right.
thrown off track by, because then you're right, as hip hop became later, I
Hmm.
still love hip hop. I still
Sure.
love the idea of hip hop, but I don't want to sound old,
Hmm.
but some of it is now so violent and
Yeah.
scary and dark. Now, I've always appreciated hip hop as sort of a communication from the undertrodden. Like, this
Mhm.
is the music coming out of the inner cities
Right.
and where it's tough as nails. And it's good to hear our brothers in the cities. And if they're struggling, if they have problems with poverty or crime.
Yeah.
So I felt that hip hop was a wonderful expression of the inner city problems
Right.
and a wonderful, buoyant, kind of hopeful expression. Because at first, the Rapper's Delight I still remember the first time I heard it. I'm like, stop time. Like,
Yeah.
what
Yep.
is this
Yeah.
strange message I'm hearing from the city? Um, but now, if sometimes you turn it on and it's too much for me, I'm
Yeah.
old. I can't hear all the swearing and the violence, even
Right.
though it's still a message from people. Anger is a message
Absolutely.
from people. And I'm a very interesting point that you make about how we were all together in it now. And so, quick side question. So,
Hmm.
Gen Z is 2000 ish
Yeah. Early 2000s.
or 2010 ish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
So, they're the youngest, the newest Gen Z.
My kids are Gen A.
Okay. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
Gen X, Gen Z. Gen A.
I know. I
I
should have had
mean,
note. I should have had more notes on this.
no, no, no. I should have less. No. Well, the question itself was
Hmm.
it baffled me, but I'm
Yeah.
like touche because I know mine when I put them out there. I just laugh when I put my list to you. I'm like, oh, he's gonna think I'm nuts. And so you're like with this one, you're like, oh yeah, boom. I'm like, okay, Johnny. No, but it's cool, and the fact that you're gonna make a video about it is good too because I do need
I'd
some
like to.
help here. I need some background,
Right, right, right.
but a sad and dark one that
Mm,
sticks with me is this generation is the school violence, the
yes.
escalation, and the shootings. And it's almost something I almost dare not even bring up because I'll get upset and I'll say something
Yeah.
that'll upset other people. It's so upsetting.
Right.
But you talked about the Cold War and this and that. Here, now it's too late. I'm going to say, disclaimer, nothing I say is true, real, or right.
Right.
But here it is. I feel like these school shootings are a new kind of war. It's a kind of civil war that no one's calling a war.
Hmm.
They're calling it isolated incident after isolated incident, but it's endemic.
Yeah.
It's not isolated, it's
Mm.
happening.
Yeah. True.
And it's a war. Now, the thing about war, and stop me, this is, see what I mean? This is going to get heavy.
No, no,
The
no.
thing about war is, I find it's very hard to find the cause for the war and the solution. Who won? Why did it start? And who really won? I looked up once the Spanish Revolution because I was studying Dali,
Hmm.
Salvador Dali, the
Right.
painter, and he had to flee his country during the revolution for fear of his
Right.
life. It was really bad in the streets.
Right.
And I looked up, I said, I'm going to look up this Spanish Civil War. I'm sorry, not the Spanish Revolution, the Spanish Civil War.
Right.
And I'm going to study it. And now I can't even list the dates. If we add it, we
Right.
can. Do you have any idea the dates of the Spanish Civil War? I'm guessing it was near
No, but
our world.
I have this thing called the internet. I could look it up and I have a computer and I can put it on the
But
screen.
let's use, I did study it. So let me take a guess. It's sort of near our World War One. I think it's a few years before
Right.
1911. It's
Was that
like,
Franco?
I believe so. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Franco was part of the Spanish Civil War.
Okay.
So anyway, my point was this. I went to look it up. I'm going to decide, I'm going to look up the cause of the Civil War and why it happened. And so
Uh-huh.
we can make sure we don't do that in our society. And
Yeah.
I looked and looked and looked for the causes, and it talked about the rebels and this and that, and they guys did this, and someone attacked. And I looked and looked, and I finally gave up, and I said, wow, it's not really clear why that war started. Like our Civil War is very clear in the books. They've
Right.
made it clear the British did this, then they talked guff here, and then there was the Boston Massacre where some guys got shot, and then oh, I'm sorry, that was the Revolutionary War. This one's going to need some editing.
It's all right.
I'm out of my depth here. I'm drowning.
But back to the Spanish. What was your conclusion?
What I
There's none,
found
huh?
what I found was it was for me very
Hmm.
difficult to study and find the
Yeah.
clear beginning and cause of the Spanish Civil War
Yeah.
with all the history. And I looked at a few books. I'm sure there's people that could tell you the cause and that they
Uh-huh.
believe they know the cause. But here's my deep, dark truth.
Yeah.
I don't like the word truth. Here's my deep, dark idea about
Yeah.
it.
Your take on it.
No one really knows what causes a war. No one really knows how to keep a war from happening, to not cause the war,
Right.
and no one really wins. There, now I'll give the ball to you. I've beat this to death.
There's just facts are hard to find, and the winners of wars write history.
Oh,
So,
and that reminds me. So back to my original point, which was
mhm.
these school shootings are some form of mini civil strife within our
Sure.
country or within the world, because
Yeah.
sadly it seems like mostly our country has them, but there's horrible things that happen in other schools.
Yeah.
But I, I call it a strange inner conflict, even though it's just the bully guys that are fighting back against the oppression in their school. Generally, it's
Uh,
generally that is the storyline. Like they pushed these kids too far and the kids pushed back hard. I know I'm simplifying. That's not the exact cause or reason. And then there's other people that have other reasons for why it's happening, or causes, or ways to stop it, like gun control.
I think there's many, many layers to it. Many layers.
Exactly, John. Like,
I think the problems have been around forever. I mean, we had weird teachers in our schools, you know what I mean? I think the internet communication just exposed people to more radical idea. You know, I can't summarize it, but
no, and I actually shouldn't put you on the spot. I'm not asking
no,
you.
you're not.
I'm saying there is no way to ascertain the cause
Right.
for any war.
Yeah.
And this school shooting war,
Right.
I'll call it a mini civil war that's showing up as a rash of school shootings in our country.
Right.
And it's not a civil war with sides and factions that you can name and organize.
No, it's
It's just
many.
horrible occurrences and terrible, terrible, tragic incidents
Yeah.
after incident. Um,
Mental health is huge in that.
and so I'll call it worse. They said in our American Civil War, I was so horrified by our Civil War
Mm.
history because it said brother against brother and father killing son. And it just sounded so awful. But this one's even worse, kid killing kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I know. I know, man. It's a strange world we live in.
Okay, yeah. I knew someone was gonna get upset by this subject. I guess it was me. Um, and it has to be part of it does have to be the availability of these weapons. I'm not saying I'm pro gun control, against gun
I hear
control.
you.
I kind of have this strange conservative idea that if all the cops and army has guns, we need guns too. I
That's what's
do
that,
have that belief, but also I have another belief, which was was that on this one, disarm the military, or did we already talk about that one?
I don't think we've talked about it. It's been a note though. Let me see.
That's a note that I have, and it's a big nut
Yeah,
to crack, but it's coming up now.
right.
We did touch on disarm the military because remember I told a story when I told these kids at a party we should disarm the military for a day, and they're all like, "No," because
Oh
then
yeah.
they'd nuke us. So I have brought it up.
Right.
It's a past note,
Right.
but uh, I'll end my. We're going to switch to a different note right after this, unless you want to keep going. But my last on this note is we either all got to have guns or we literally, none of us have guns anymore.
Yeah.
And I know that that's a very unrealistic thing, and nobody really would be able to get rid of all the guns. We feel like we'd be going backwards or we'd
Yeah.
be too vulnerable. But let me be really radical right now and say, no, that's the only way. Everyone, I'm talking to the world right now, I'm talking to you. Every single person, the highest soldier with the biggest gun and the little guy with a tiny pistol in his, get get rid of it. And that it won't stop war though, but it will stop shooting. On to you, John.
Well, then you get into stoning.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean it's
Exactly.
I don't think it ever ends.
So, hey, I hear an approaching new special guest, my aunt, my dear loving aunt. And I'll let her say her name if she wants to. You're free to sit down if you get comfortable.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here.
Hi, John.
How are you doing, Halima?
I'm doing well
There we
considering
are.
the
There
state
we
of the world and everything.
Yeah, well, we were just talking about that. We were just talking about gun control actually.
Yeah.
How can I turn this up?
I had a meeting this morning with on what's it called Zoom that we're on now.
Mhm.
and the head of the person is named Catherine Lovewell. She's in England.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's working.
She had her earphones on because she was going to get on a plane to go to Los Angeles, and anyway, it was one of the strangest conversations. It's just a different time,
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
I last saw you. Anyway, things are so different.
Yeah,
You
I
have,
have
I
two children.
I see your beautiful children because once in a while I tune into Facebook. I don't even tune to my own Facebook very
Yeah.
much. So if yours gets on to mine, I've seen you have beautiful. Your children are great.
Yes.
They're so cute. I mean, look at their dad.
Yeah. Oh, and the mom looks like takes care of them very well.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
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 Can I ask just one thing?
Yeah.
Where are you living now? Are you in
Santa Fe.
You still are? Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. No.
Okay. Open forum.
Yeah.
We have some notes and what I'll do is I'll email you our notes next time if you want. No
kind,
pressure.
Sean. Isn't he great?
I want her to feel welcome,
Sure.
but not pressured to join us.
Yeah. No, don't ever feel pressured.
Now, a tiny bit of history.
She may read the notes and boycott.
The notes can be boycotted. The notes, we do a thing where we trade notes before the show, and then we wind up never talking about the notes, but we have the ability to boycott a note if it's something we're like, I'm not going to talk about that. A tiny history about my aunt. She ran a radio show for years in New Mexico, in Albuquerque.
9 years.
9 years.
And so she had many guests, and I wish I knew a little more about the show. I don't know if forgive me, I may not have heard it, but a lot of people did hear it, right? And you had a lot of nice guests, right? And topics.
Yeah, we were lucky. We had the best guests I could find.
Yeah.
The show is about health.
Gotcha.
Particularly health from the complementary alternative and shamanic, anything other than Western Orthodox medicine, pretty much.
Yeah, I have banned Western Orthodox medicine from my life. My kids take part in it, but I just I'm not getting into that. I'm not joining that red.
Congratulations.
It's a black hole. It's an abyss.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Whoa. I may be joining you there because guess what? I haven't been to a doctor in, I'll say, 10 years.
Oh, easy for me. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How about you?
You and I have talked about this for the past 6 months.
Okay.
And I went after Berkeley. I went back to school to get a degree in natural therapeutics.
Right.
At the New Mexico School of Natural Therapeutics, actually, at the time in 2000 when I went there were brilliant people, brilliant healers and healers both.
Heck of a healer.
Yeah, they're still there. Robert Stevenson. They're all still active in the New Mexico area, particularly in Bernalillo County, all over the place.
Right.
So I started there, learned about health there. And like you, I hadn't been to a doctor either because I already got that years ago, when I was recovering from cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of your people that I had cancer in 1969.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's back when I was, the doctors, if you think they're afraid now.
Afraid of
life and themselves and health and healing and the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you think they're confounded about how to keep people healthy, which they are now, they were really afraid of cancer back then, and so they told me that I was going to die.
Right.
I had about 6 months to 2 years though. They gave me a good window
So they gave you 6 months to 2 years to live, and that was 20 or 30 or 40 years ago. That was like 40 years ago.
1969, 79,
So
89,
That was
99.
that was 55 years ago.
Thank you. Good math.
Yeah,
They were a little off.
a tiny bit.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no profit in healthy people. That's the bottom line to it all.
That's exactly it.
This
It's
show
disgusting.
is getting so
It's
good
disgusting.
now.
That's
No,
right.
you know when my mom died, and I went through that whole thing with seeing her through that and stuff. I realized they don't care about your health, and depending on your insurance program, is how you're ranked. You know, and treated. You're not treated as a human. You're treated as, oh, we got a Class A one here. You know, Cadillac plan, and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
And you know, we all have our time. And
To die.
sure, absolutely.
Yeah, to get sick, to get well.
And I'm not sure some of these people who've fallen into that black hole of health care, institutionalized health care, are actually living lives anymore. You know, at 7 a.m., I got to take the blue pill. At 9, I got to take the red pill. And then go pay my bill.
Yeah, well said. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I get sick and I go, it's the way it is. And I've had a good life, you know?
Yeah. I had a couple of fortunate things. One of those things that happened for me was in, let's see, I was diagnosed in 69. In 1970, I went and lived at a Taoist meditation center for a year.
Right.
Called Still Point, which was set up by Alan Watson, this Chinese Taoist guy. And so I got to live without any restrictions or fear, in total freedom and nature, and in the Santa Cruz Mountains in Los Gatos, California. It was beautiful. And so I got rid of a lot of the fear that we carry when we have these kinds of diagnoses.
Sure.
And then I was able to find this place called the Center for Attitudinal Healing, Dr. Jerry Jampolsky in Tiburon, who is he's a child psychiatrist, very successful nationally, but he basically, after working with a lot of children, discovered that fear was the biggest barrier to receiving whatever health they were getting.
I agree. Fear and stress. And yeah.
So
I agree.
He thought a lot about that. Yeah.
And so I think that's what government and society is all about now, is to feed the machine, feed the healthcare machine, because it's incredibly profitable, and keep them scared, because that feeds into needing care.
Yeah. Because the fear, as you said, was one of the causes of the disease in a psychosomatic reaction.
Sure.
And
absolutely.
One of your points I want to go back to, you said they don't care. I think that most doctors, they do care at some point, but all professions and all things are corruptible, especially with big money opportunities. So, and at some points they don't care, you're right. But it's deeper than that. Not that they don't care if you're healthy. They can't really make you healthy. A doctor can't go into you and grab your health and make it shine or brighten up.
Right.
Like health comes from within, somewhere, or from heaven, or okay, this got deep again. They do care, but they can't really heal you.
Right.
Healing comes from within.
Okay.
That would actually, I don't mean to do this so abruptly, but that would actually negate the need for the entire medical apparatus.
True.
Except maybe some beds and some water. I think thank you.
A little food?
A little food. When you're sick, I got so many points, none of them are coming out. Here's the last part of the point. Here's what I think causes healing is rest and water and food. Rest.
Yeah.
And then you can heal. Your bones can knit back together. If you keep moving your broken arm, it's not going to heal.
True.
That's enough out of me for now.
Well, that's a very basic thing, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
It just destroyed the whole medical industry. I'm going to take a break.
Let me just clarify my they didn't care comment then. To be more precise, what I was feeling, this is, everybody has their own opinions and views and takes on things. I just watched them calculate how much profit they can make by her sickness. That's what I mean by caring.
Right.
That was the priority.
Yeah. I met your mom,
You did?
Yeah, and I also met your brother.
Yep. Yeah, he passed away as well.
One of the many reasons that I remember you.
Yeah.
I said to Sean,
excuse me,
if you'll remember me, but you probably remember my grandkids or something.
I remember you clearly.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
We had great conversations. I thought.
Yeah.
I've always appreciated you and Sean. It was a wonderful year as far as I was concerned.
I thought so.
Actually, we should probably give her an honorary award for best customer.
Yeah, probably.
Of Jan's Art Shop. I'm going to hereby declare it. She came through the door. It's a tie between her and Scott.
Oh, yeah.
But I think she wins because she would oftentimes bring friends and children and people.
Right.
And she got us a bunch of artists, actually. Your friend showed with us her
I don't remember.
Emotional portraits.
Barbara Besser, did she show
us?
Yes,
you actually pretty much
sounds familiar.
Barbara Besser was brought in by best customer.
There you go.
Yeah.
High five.
Good for remembering that, Sean. I didn't.
It was a blur. You got us Barbara Besser, the spiritual portraitist.
Yeah. Right. She's still in New Mexico.
She still came up in one of your emails recently, or one of your. She came up with.
Yeah, I still communicate with so many people now. Being a radio type of personality,
Sure.
Somebody made a remark to me about this LA situation. I couldn't believe. Talk about the level of indifference that you were referring to. That you saw the care for your mom.
Yeah.
And I saw that so much in the health field because like Sean says, a lot of them go in there with the intention to heal and do well, but the thing is they get caught by that greed trap soon in, and by the time they get influential, they've detached from their heart caring.
Yes. Understandable.
And please let me be sensitive to your feelings about when you went through that with your mother. I understand exactly what you mean by the patient is a commodity.
Yeah.
The patient is the product. And that dehumanizes very, very badly in some ways the process because of the money.
Oh,
and I really feel I didn't mean to disagree with you about them. They don't care. They do care. It's so deep. It's so complex. But I understand your plight there.
Yeah.
So thankfully, I didn't. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much on this. So many sides on the diamond of health. Yeah. But we are talking about it, and so many more people are saying the kind of things that you are both saying. And I am also saying that there is a better possibility for life these days.
Yeah.
If we go inside and really study inner and outer health for different reasons and compassionately.
Yeah. And I think that's been around before. It's just been stomped out by the big business.
Yes, absolutely.
The shamans with the tribes here and it's been around.
It has been around. It still is around. You bet. There's still, there's shamans all over New Mexico.
Sure.
Probably one by now, but he'll never tell you because you're not allowed to. Lightning will strike.
There's shamans here, but they're invisible, so it's tricky.
Well, one of your notes was
they disappear on you.
One of your notes was invisibility potion, and I'm like,
okay, that's the fun part.
I know you only got like 3 minutes left, but tell me about invisibility potion.
I was gonna do an invisibility skit if I had a guest, or even if I didn't have a guest, I was gonna be like, yeah, I've been experimenting with this serum, and I want to see if it makes me turn invisible. Ha ha! Of course, it's not gonna work. And then I do the, see, it didn't work, but then I get off screen, and then with your fancy editing, now I'm invisible. So continue the podcast. Be like, congratulate me, Sean. You got to do some suspension of disbelief. This is acting. So don't actually look at me.
Okay.
Look at me like I'm right here.
But okay.
I'm going to spend the rest of the show invisible if that's okay with you guys. It's only a few minutes.
No, you always have to be different. Spending a video show, being invisible.
Well,
and then being in control of whether or not we participate. What do you think?
I have a 4-year-old, so I'm used to this.
Okay, I'll reappear. It's wearing off. You're right. I didn't.
My daughter made a surprise appearance on the last show, and immediately told Sean, I pooped.
She stole the show. Absolutely.
Yeah. They know what to say. They're spontaneous little beings.
Just wonderful.
Yeah.
So you got your editing skills test to see if you can make that invisibility skit work. I know it was one take and we didn't practice it. I doubt you can make it work, but see what you can do with your editing magic.
Okay. Very good.
And that's our show. No, just kidding.
You have to imagine, well, you probably can, John. I've been living here for 6 months in the same house as Sean. I don't know how to. It's all I can say about that.
No,
it's been a joy.
There's another side to that
coin.
I've been living in the same house for 6 months with my dear Aunt Helena.
He lives in the basement.
Picture that.
And I live in the Rapunzel room upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I helped dig that basement.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me more. When and why and all that.
We were like our 7th grade or 6th grade.
Okay. All right. So that was in what year?
Like 80?
1980.
Yeah, 70, yeah, 78, 79.
I think we met in 79. Like,
yeah?
I think so. It might have been
4th grade, I was 10.
6th grade, we met.
79 was when Damien was born.
Yep.
79, you are correct.
Yep. Yep. I remember when Damien was born. And I remember all these dates by music.
Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nice. Good way.
The Cars' first album had just come out. Cheap Trick was huge. I want you to want me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't mean to blindside you. The invisibility potion skit, that was quite irreverent compared to, well, we were talking about some very serious stuff before you got here. I think
that's probably true. Yeah.
Even got to, we were talking about the endemic of school shootings and the horrible aspect of some of that. I don't mean to be negative, but I want to go back to positive and reiterate your experience. So after you had recovered from the cancer, you had the incredible opportunity to stay at sort of a meditative place for a year with the Taoists. And so in that you were may I ask, so you were completely free from like Western medicine there. It wasn't part of. So as part of your healing from the cancer, you went right away from the Western medicine, almost as far as one could go in the continental U.S.
Precisely.
What an interesting experience. And I don't mean to make the show like it's okay to have a few little comedic parts,
Sure.
but I also like to talk about, normal things. Okay. Boy, you're going to have a lot of editing.
Is there such a thing, Sean? Normal things give you cancer.
On today's show, we're going to
don't buy into the system, Sean.
On today's show, we're going to talk about normal things. You go first. No, just kidding. Just kidding. What is normal? No, let's not. That's for next week. Normal
Whatever the media tells you.
There's no way, but I'm going to write down that as a note. Normal things. Just
now, Halima, are you in Massachusetts full time now?
Not well. I am full-time.
Just an extended visit.
Right.
There you go.
I'm here full-time every day.
Okay. Copy.
But overall, not so sure.
Gotcha. That's legal.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to live.
It's an interesting way to live.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Challenging to. Huh? It's challenging to the bankers and the people who want to know exactly where.
Don't have a resolution for that.
Yeah.
Well, listen, great show. Thank you to my beautiful
Are you ending your show now?
Yes, I have to get going. I have another engagement.
Okay.
So this was scheduled 11 to 12. Even though that says 9, my clock is off. It's 12, right?
For you.
Well, I didn't get to hear what Jomter's doing yet. Could you have 2 more minutes in your show? Or?
Let's see. Can we get an extension, Jake? 2 minutes? No, I'll pay you next week. I got it. Yep.
It'll take 10 seconds.
Oh.
Lately, I've just been being a dad. I haven't worked in 6 months. The Hollywood industry is down.
Yeah.
Thank God, because I needed a break.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about stress being part of not good for your health. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, thank God at the beginning of last year, I did a TV show and a pretty large feature film with Matthew McConaughey. And
that must have been
I saved up. So
good.
You made some money and saved up for the lean times where you're.
I always do, but
between jobs now because Hollywood.
Yeah.
And what was the name of the film, in case we should ever see it?
It'll come out as The Lost Bus. It's about, interestingly enough, it's about the Paradise, California fires, which happened.
Oh God, that's
4 or 5 years ago.
You bet. 2017.
Yeah.
You bet.
Oh.
I'm from Sonoma County, mostly. Right. If you're going to say where.
Gotcha. So yeah, it's a story about that, and a guy who he was a bus driver who based on true story. He saved a bus full of kids. It was an interesting shoot. I think it's going to be a good one.
I have to ask, what part of the film did you work in? Because I don't know enough about you to know.
I run the whole transportation department, all the trucks, all the trailers, all the cars you see on screen. It's pretty big. I mean, it's like the second largest budget that no one ever hears about. Art department gets the biggest budget, and then just Transpo. Yeah,
because they have to have something to act in. And they can't do it in the regular streets. They have to build their own streets and everything else.
Yeah.
Phenomenal chore, actually.
Yeah.
Really, really impressive.
And even think about weird things that you might not consider. Moving the cameras.
Yeah.
There's a truck full of cameras, right?
Mm-hmm.
Moving. And so are in charge of the actors' trailers too?
Yeah.
So
we were talking about trailers, that. Turn the doorknob.
And the honey wagons. So there's portable potties. He's in charge of so many things. Cable cars, actors transpo to and from work.
Yep.
Hey, one of the things I've been into, as Sean knows, is astrology.
Okay.
Since the 60s, but I only paid attention to it lately in the past 5 or 10 years.
Interesting.
And so I'm wondering, do you have a lot of Virgo in your chart, or what is your sun sign and all that? What do you know about sun, rising, and moon sign for you?
I'm a Gemini. That's all I know.
Oh, are you? Okay. Very good.
I was born 1 month after June 3rd.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Squirrel Farm. I love
Squirrel Farm.
There's squirrels everywhere. They're taking over.
That
We've
place
managed to hold them at bay, but we're
that place holds a very, very beautiful spot in my heart. Great memories growing up there. So
yeah, so long because so many 40 some years.
What is it? 45 years, I think.
Let's not. Okay, no. I'm gonna say you're a little off. I don't
think I am.
45 years I've known you.
We met when we were
Seems like
12
just
and we're 57.
yesterday. I can't do the math. I'll just trust you on that. That's a good.
Yeah.
Seems like yesterday. It looks
does.
like yesterday. You look great.
You both look great.
Thank you.
We're able to do this. That's
We're
a beautiful
gonna do this more. So
I
if you
think this
want,
is
I'll
great.
invite you.
Thank
I'll
you
give
for
you.
letting me be here.
Of course.
Thank you for coming.
You have to tell John. I have to say this out loud so both know this. I already knew that you guys are old good friends from whenever, you know.
Right.
So this is the first time I've been down to the basement since I got here in June 3rd. And isn't that funny? And
You never came down?
No, I haven't been down here
Welcome.
once because for any reason you want, just pick a reason.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's good. But welcome.
But I thought I really ought to get down there someday. Oh, I'm there. So it's
He dug the basement.
Your conversation.
So he helped dig the old house. This is a new house. So but you did help dig it because we dug a basement.
I remember the old house.
Under our old house. We only had a crawl space.
Yeah, 69. I was
so
in it.
Dad hired two young strapping men to dig a 10, 12-foot hole, and we dug all summer over a little part of the basement over there. But then excavators came and dug.
Yeah, I was going to say we didn't dig the
many
whole
years
basement.
later.
No, you didn't. No, I kind of figured that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
thank you for including me in your wonderful
till
conversation.
next time, and we can have ideas from her, and she can do the astrology segment. And, I'm spitballing. I have no design for how this will work. Thank you.
Well, John will help you with that, I think.
And
so
you
two will go just fine.
Thanks.
Thank you. You
Thank
have a great day. Blessings
You
to you in Santa Fe and all West Coast. Yes.
Good to see you, old friend, young friend.
Yes. Yeah, you're the older one.
I'm a month older than you. That's correct.
Yeah.